This is Sean Sport in podcast form.
Well, we are talking about the Matildas taking on Iran last night.
Yes.
2-0 was the victory. Ali Carpenter started off scoring in about the 15th minute, I reckon it was.
Yeah.
Iran just sat back in their half defending with all the numbers. It was really difficult. They hardly ever got the ball forward. I did like the fact that you could see what Tony Gustafsson's coaching and guidance has done with the girls over the last, since the World Cup in particular. And this is what he wanted to get out of the game.
It's time for us to take the next step with the ball, and I saw a brave team trying to play through and a lot of combination play today, which I was happy with.
It was one-touch football.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
There was also a lot of star power on the bench. So clearly he was giving some of the other girls a chance to start. And you could see that. And that, probably meant that they probably would have scored more with the top line.
I tell you what, when Miranda Kerr stands up and starts...
Miranda Kerr?
When Sam Kerr stands up and starts pacing up and down and, start warming up, the crowd's like, it actually is a bit exciting.
Yeah.
And I know he's just going to run around kicking a ball, but it's like,
and then she runs on and kicks a goal. And you go, that's why she's paid the big bucks, isn't it?
And you can see that she wears that sport like a second skin. You know what I mean? She's a person that just goes out and plays. But that's also a lot of pressure knowing that everyone's waiting for you to come on and do something spectacular.
Yes.
That's a lot.
But she delivers.
It's a lot of pressure. And for everybody who's watched the Messi doco, which is
I wonder how Miranda
on
Kerr will
Paramount.
She just strut
Miranda
out there.
Kerr in a high heel.
Great ponytail.
Lionel Messi was the same. So he turned up into Miami at the start of this season. And, the crowd, for him to just acknowledge, to go out there and they announced him. The whole joint was filled.
It was.
Helicopters going all over. Anyway, first game, he comes on. It was 1 minute to go. 1 minute in the game to go. He gets a free kick and he bangs it in. That's it. Game over.
But remember in the
'Cause they
David
can
Beckham
handle it.
documentary,
Yeah.
remember when he first started playing in Miami?
No, LA.
In LA, when he started playing in LA.
Galaxy.
And then everyone was waiting for him to get on there and do something amazing, and he couldn't because none of his team were good. So he was like, I don't know how to play with this.
Yeah, except for Brandon Donovan.
Yeah, and it was really disappointing, and he didn't do it.
Yeah.
And the pressure on that would just do you.
Yeah, so some people just thrive in that, and Sam's one of them, and Lionel Messi's the other one. Obviously, great to have her in town, and therefore we've got sold-out games from here on in.
And Miranda Kerr.
Miranda Kerr,
it's a real coup for our city. Nicolas Cage as well, Kate Walsh will really become
family
Hollywood.
must be so proud.
Well, to be a model and also
the best footballer in the world.
It's
pretty good.
Well done, Roger and Roxanne. Hats off.
We're talking about one thing this morning, and that's about the girls in the Iran team. I have to say, kudos to them for having to play so covered up. And I know that that's a cultural thing.
Yes.
But
I'm so glad they weren't playing the day before when it was so hot. Luckily it had cooled down significantly by last night.
So we don't think about it. And I know that they're obviously used to wearing that and training in that. But that's another layer, literally another layer of difficulty.
Sporting handicap. It doesn't seem like a fair playing field, does it?
So they only started playing international football in 2005. So they're only new to the scene. And you can see that. Like all our girls who are playing top-level football, soccer, for the Matildas are all playing internationally.
Most of
Chelsea,
them,
Lyon, all the good ones are playing. It's quite amazing.
Local.
When you consider that the men's, they're all playing second grade. A couple are playing in the EPL, but they're all, they're on different tiers. The women's team have all got top-level players, which is absolutely fantastic. Iran fledgling team. They played like it. It could have easily, you could have said, if Iran played a different way, this would have been a 10-0 drubbing. There's no question about that. We would have opened them up.
They didn't let that happen. So kudos to them.
Yeah,
it's great
absolutely.
defense.
But I'm with you, Nath. I was thinking the whole time, how hot would it be? I mean, there's different materials these days, but geez, tough going. I want to turn our attention now to just the men's game for a second. So considering where the Matildas are at, they're probably about 6th or 7th in the world. The men's latest rankings have been put out. So Australia, the Socceroos, are 27. So there's the difference.
Wow.
So Argentina, number 1 after winning the World Cup. They're followed by France, Brazil, England and Belgium. So, Australia 27th in the world. And there's a lot of kids out there playing, not only a lot of young boys playing soccer, but they're unable to transfer that from junior ranks to be able to then climb the ladder and perform internationally. And a lot of that comes down to funding. Either way, the women's and the men's game, if any state government and or the Australian government builds a centre of excellence and really puts some cash into this, then they can go to the next level. But the AFL, the NRL, even Rugby Union and Basketball Australia, they've still got bigger plays.
Isn't there? Yeah.
They should be able to make this a winner. They
This
really
sport,
should.
it's on the trajectory to be huge in Australia. It just depends on, especially for women, how long it's going to be. I wonder how long it's going to be for Sam Kerr to have a stadium named after her. What do you reckon, 20, 30, 40 years?
Not
way
that
closer.
longer.
Way closer.
No,
no, for sure.
Yeah. Inside of 10.
yeah,
I won't
I'd
say
say
inside of
stadium,
10. How
but so
exciting
there's
for
a stand,
her.
like the Shane Warne stand, the Justin Langer stand, all the rest of it.
So we just saw our boss from Melbourne just walked in.
Oh, really?
Dave,
David
what's he
Clungsy.
doing here?
He just loves sport and he wanted to be here to hear Sean talking about
Did he
Sam
know
Kerr.
he was coming? That means he's here to fire someone.
Just going to start with cricket. And first of all, England stinking it up at the World Cup. They won the last World Cup, 50 over that is.
Yeah.
And they've lost, I think they lost 4 in a row now.
That's a shame.
And they're saying that mathematically they can make the finals or
Who?
make England.
Oh.
They can make the finals if they win every game from here on in. They play the top of the table, India, in their next game, so they got no
they're in
chance.
here and all
And
sorts.
everybody likes to see them suffer. Anyway, they've beaten us a number of times, so
Yep.
no loss
Swings
there.
and roundabouts.
On the cricket side of things, WA played a Shield game against South Australia. And yesterday, Nathan, they were bowled out for 241. WA, that was. The guy who did all the damage for South Australia was Wes Agar,
yeah.
Ashton's brother.
Oh,
Yeah, he got
No,
a, what,
six
what he got a
wickets.
6 for, yeah.
can't throw
For
things at our
45?
state.
Yeah, well,
No.
he left WA because of the depth of WA
Yeah, no
bowling.
opportunity.
And he's a bit of an
Yeah, right.
all-rounder himself. So there was an opportunity. So he
Yeah.
played for South Australia. He's been
Is he
very
good?
successful. Yeah,
Well,
he's good.
he was good yesterday.
Wow.
6 wickets. He
Older,
killed us.
younger.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's younger. I think he's younger.
Wow.
He's got more hair. Got more hair.
So he has like one hair.
Yeah,
Because that's more hair.
absolutely.
Wow, that's it's a sporting family.
Oh,
It blows me away.
there's Wes
he has
Agar.
he has
Pretty
all the
handsome
hair.
dude, isn't he? Pretty handsome dude. Plays for the
No
Strikers
wonder
in the
Ashton didn't get
WBBL.
any. Wes took all of his. It's insane. Wow.
2 boys to be at the top of their game. That's
Isn't
really
that
good.
amazing?
Yeah,
Aren't you
it's
supposed
really
to be
good.
talking about the Matildas?
We are getting to the Matildas, which of course they won last night. Sam Kerr coming off the bench in the 79th minute to score. They were good. We talked about it earlier on how the defence was able to just fall back
It was
into
a dour
position
struggle,
and just
wasn't
defend.
it? Yeah.
It's really interesting when you watch the Matildas because you got to find it last night. It's on Bold or you watch it on Paramount.
Yes, I watched it on Bold. They don't have Paramount, but I didn't know you could get it on Paramount.
Yeah, I was thinking that they probably should have put it on Channel 10. If they want to keep that up, they need to put it on the front and square number one station, don't you think?
I
Nate?
was confused. Yeah, because you shouldn't have to. Like, if we really want to push sports like this, which at the moment the Matildas has really momentum behind them. So if you want to like push, female sports and getting it up there and keeping this buzz alive, put on the main one.
What
thought it
I
was a
found was
no-brainer.
amazing was the fact that on the East Coast they were whinging because, of course, local time to the East Coast it started at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, why is it on at 10 p.m.? It's like, yeah, because it's in Perth,
yeah, it's
and
in
Perth
Perth.
is a different time zone.
And Taillight Saving. So there you go.
Daylight saving.
Taillight Saving. Or Taylor. So anyway, I thought that would have been better if it was certainly on 10 and
and they
Freddie
would have
that
got
way.
the views. People would watch it. I mean, I
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah, we
I
were
don't
watching
watch
it at my
sport.
household.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
But Celebrity Gogglebox was on, so...
Was that what was on instead?
And which was weird because they were watching things that they already... So they made them watch things from during the year. So they watched the Matildas in that semi-final
Oh, my
when it was a penalty shootout, but they all knew the result because they knew what had
Right,
happened. So
yeah,
they're watching
yeah.
going, oh, even though I know what happens, this is still exciting. It's like, is it? It's not
But
quite
also,
the
can
same,
I
is
just
it?
say
Good.
something?
That's
I
not
don't
good.
really like the Celebrity Gogglebox thing because the celebrities aren't going to tee off like a normal person does because they know all the, they know the people that are on TV.
Who were the highlight of the celebrities on
I
there?
don't know,
'Cause
I
I've
don't
not
watch
seen the
it.
list.
Oh, highlight. Well, Carrie was on
Carrie was
there.
one of them.
Oh,
Big
Carrie,
Balls was on
Carrie,
there.
okay. She's-
Julia Morris is on
Yeah.
there with someone.
Nazim and Ursula, I think.
What's his name? Kalia, your mate.
Anthony Kalia.
Anthony Clare, yep. Yeah, we're tight. I think we're catching up this weekend, actually. And finally, Victor Wembanyama took his
Wemby.
position in the San Antonio Spurs yesterday. I was hoping for a big game by the young fella, but he was foul. He was in foul trouble from the word go. He sat out most of the second quarter and most of the third quarter, and they brought him back on with 6 minutes to go, and he went ballistic, shot 9 points in that, like in about a minute and a half, dropping 3 pointers. 7'4", right?
Yeah.
He's gone through his legs and pulling up and shooting a 3-pointer, bang,
Amazing.
in. Up the other end, gets a foul, dunks it in. Next move was a fadeaway. And all of a sudden, the game they were level with Dallas Mavericks, 115 each. and then they didn't get the ball to him.
Oh.
Why wouldn't you throw it to him? He's 7'4".
The blokes were running down and running their own stuff, and everyone wants to touch the ball.
Too
Obviously,
many
everyone wants to
heroes.
be the hero. And this one guy stuffed it up 2 in a row, which meant the opposition scored. Luka Doncic is an absolute freak anyway. He was just dropping threes, and the game was over. But not a bad start. 15 points in the end.
Oh yeah.
What time did you play? Like how much?
Oh, Nath, I reckon he would have played about a third of the game, maybe.
What's that in time?
25 minutes.
How much is he getting paid?
He'd be on a low contract until he's out of his rookie stages. So if I say low, I'm thinking obviously it's in the low millions. I don't know if that's 1, 2, 3. But his sponsorship deal will be, I just can't even
blank
imagine
check,
what it is.
basically.
So they're saying $12 million US at the moment.
God, I'd love to have it in my contract. I don't play for any longer than 20 minutes per game.
So use them
Imagine
wisely.
that.
If you need me to win this thing, you better hold me
you
on to the end of the
come
game.
on, do my thing. You get 20 minutes. That's it.
It's like the Sam Pang contract at Nova.
Yeah.
It's going to do the last couple of hours. Like, what? Too good.
Sean Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.